Hey, what's up guys? So, sorry about the acoustics. I'm in a hallway. I wanted to show you and share with you my office, right? So this is kind of new. I've always had this office, but it's been like here and there and shared room. It's kind of been a guest room, but now it has become the dedicated Dr. Darin office. And I'm super excited about it. So I wanted to share that with you. Let's check it out. So as we're going here, we're walking down. Oh, I wanted to show you this. Okay, so this is my oldest daughter. Her name is Marley. And as you can see, so if you look at those feet, she is so dirty. This story just tells so much. You also notice she's got a cast on, right? So I may or may not have been being a good father and wrestling with her in the living room, and something may have happened. I do not know. Anyways, but this was our front yard in medical school. This was in Henderson, Nevada, which is right next to Las Vegas, Nevada. And our front yard were rocks. They were rocks. And bless my daughter, look at that. I don't know I'm not sure what she's thinking right here, but it's probably, Dad, give me some dang grass. Anyways, I love this picture because honestly, it kind of reminds me where I've been, right? The challenge and the support my family and where I am now, what I'm grateful for. And this is just a good reminder for me that you can have a fire hydrant and rocks for a front yard and still have a wonderful, blessed life. Okay, so here is the office. Let's check it out. All right, so as we're walking in, first thing you're gonna notice this green, right? So you'll see this green color. Now, so I wanna tell you about this. We've always had this office, but like I said, we've used it for guest bedroom. We've used it for different things, odds and ends. My wife's desk, she does photography and all that. One day I came home and on my way home, she calls me after a 36-hour shift and she says, Darin, I got a surprise for you. And I was like, oh, so my mind immediately goes to something big. I'm like, yeah, what is it? And she's like, whoa, tone it down, bring it down, way down in expectations. So I come in and she shows me this green color. And I don't know what color it is, but I'm gonna call it love and support. So she painted this so that just to show, she painted this to dedicate this as my office, and I love her for it. And she has always been my absolute biggest supporter. I actually wrote an essay in medical school about her for an application for the best supporting significant other. And she actually won the scholarship. She won the award. Anyways, I believe that why she won is because I quoted Tommy Boy, one of the greatest all-American movies, when he says, there's lots of people that go to school for 7 years. Yeah, they're called doctors. So everything that I have today is largely because of her. I love you, boo. Okay, so I just wanted to quickly show, this is fun for me. I'm really excited. So this is my desk. Everything that I have means something to me. It really does. And I wanted to share that with you. So this desk was the very first piece of furniture that I built for my wife as a gift. I love tinkering. I love building. I love woodworking. And this is an industrial kind of style. You got this 3/4 inch pipe, steel piping. And this is actually a herringbone pattern table that I actually went around and drove behind Walmarts and Home Depots all around Las Vegas and collected enough pallets. I always felt like I was stealing. You know what I mean? I didn't know if I was. I'm not sure if anybody saw those and they're like checking my license plate. I'm not quite sure the legality behind pallets. But if they were stacked nice and neat behind the store, I didn't touch them because I felt like they were nice enough that they were trying to reuse them. But if they were haphazard, broken, I threw them in the back of the truck. Anyways, so sanded them down. And this is it. This is unstained. I love natural wood. As you'll see, there's a couple pieces in here that I'll tell you the story behind. But this is the first piece of furniture I ever built my wife. And anyways, so it has kind of migrated from my wife's desk to a computer desk, and now it is my desk. And I just think it's beautiful and I love it. So she's giving it back to me. So full circle. You're gonna come in here and you're gonna see this big whiteboard, right? So I would say probably the single most important thing in my medical studying through medical school was a whiteboard, because I got up on my feet, right? I'm a kinetic learner. So I have to move. You'll notice a lot of my videos that I'm moving around, I'm dancing, because that's how I learn. That's how I share information. That's how I express my passion, right? And this whiteboard, this is my brain. This is where I write down my thoughts, my passions, everything that means something to me. And right now you're gonna see that I've got, basically we have our family goals on here. So the thing that I love about this, right? So this thing is actually a shower particle board at Home Depot, 11 bucks, maybe 13. Okay, my wife says I tend to downscale things or upscale depending on which way I need it to look better. I'll match that. We'll say $10 to $14. We'll give it a range, okay? $10 to $14, right? So you can actually say, and then this is about maybe 15 bucks a trim. This is a shower wall. This is an 8x4. And it's massive. And it cost me $10 to $15, okay? But a lot of different calendaring items. So down here are our family's individual goals, right? And then there's different meetings behind each thing. And this is mine, my wife's, our family's, my oldest, and then my second, third, and fourth daughters. And so these are the two that I've met with individually and talked to them. But I wanted to show you some of their goals. Super freaking awesome. So we have a zoologist, softball player, an all A student, a disciple, celloist, I don't know what that, pastry chef, cook, healthy, fast, strong, listen, social, obedient, smart, kind. You know what? If my daughter accomplishes these goals, man, she's gonna be a freaking awesome. I'm gonna be proud of her. This is my other daughter, artist, mom, pastry chef. You can tell that we like our sweets, baby. Great student. Okay, so we're gonna have to work on some spelling for her to become a great student. She wants to be a horse trainer, I think that. She wants to be strong. She wants to be an entrepreneur, what that is, entrepreneur. She wants to be, I'm not sure what that is, pianist. She wants to be a pianist. She's been playing for 2 years now. Oh, here we go, horseback rider. Oh, then this is world traveler, tumbler, and volleyball player. So that's hers. So, man, and then this is, you know what they say, this is a blank slate, baby. And here's mine. I'll share these with you because they're not secret. These are the things that I am passionate about. These are goals. You have to have goals, okay? Goals are the drive that gets you up in the morning. This is what helps you create over an extended period of time what you become, right? If you don't have a drive to get through high school or to earn money for a car or to date a certain someone, you're not going to overcome the fears and the obstacles to get there. So I am a huge proponent of having goals, writing them down, and then being okay with falling short. Because even if you fall short, right, you have grown and learned something along the way. So that is a big win. So I'll share these real quick. Author, I'm currently working on a book, 100 pages in. I want to be a motivational speaker, scriptorian, missionary, athlete, healer. Now, athlete's a loose term because I won't be playing for any competitive leagues, but I participate and I love city leagues and I want to just remain fit and active. I want to be a healer in all sense of the word. And you'll notice I separated healer and doctor because I think a healer is a large component of being a doctor, but there's so many other things: mental health, spiritual health, emotional health, just social health. All these things. I want to be an active participant in that. I want to be a servant of those around me, my family, my wife, my friends, my neighbors. Okay. I want to be a model father and a husband to nutritionists. Community leader. I want to be active in the community. I know newspaper is dead, but one of the best pieces of advice that I was given when I was going through residency was one of my attendings. He said, get a local paper subscription. And I was like, yeah, right. I'm not going to get a paper subscription, but it has made so much difference because it has introduced me to the pulse and really the the culture of my community. And an entire generation of people still share and get information through the newspaper. And it has allowed me to connect and want to get involved. So I would pass on that challenge. Get a subscription to the paper, whether it's actual delivered paper or in digital form. Do it. Disciple, entrepreneur, philanthropist, comedian, disaster relief leader. Yeah, so those are some of my goals. And you know what? I'm all right if many of those take decades. But if they're not a goal, they ain't gonna happen, right? All right, so we're gonna go through these. I don't know if you at all find this interesting, but this is probably not gonna be a very viewed one, but I wanted to share this so that when you're watching other videos and maybe you see some of this in the background, you're gonna know this history behind it. This is by far one of my favorite quotes. This is from Ella Wheeler Wilcox, right? One ship sails east and another west, by the same self wind that blow. 'Tis the set of the sail and not the gale that tells us the way we go. I freaking love that, right? We all have stormy times in our life, right? But it is not how big my storm is versus someone else's storm, okay? It is how I rig my boat. It is how I use that storm for my advantage, AKA goals, right? Okay, successful people take the chaos and the storm and the turbulence that is given to them, and they use that in their life, right? They convert it from trouble to power and to momentum. And this I love it. So it is on a board that we got. So my wife, again, she hand painted this leather, and I love how it's imperfect. I love how the letters, some are a little skewed and there's some bleeding over, because this was a point in our life in med school that we were so poor. We were on food stamps and WIC, and we had 3 daughters, and I was just trying to survive med school. And my wife knew that this meant that much to me. This board we found below the Hoover Dam outside of Las Vegas, okay? As a stress relief, as an escape, and sometimes just to get my daughters to fall asleep. We would go on long drives in the desert on Sundays or Saturdays when I needed a break from studying. And we went down and we found this dirt road down that almost went down to the bottom of the Colorado River below the Hoover Dam. And we found this board floating in this little recess in the rocks. And I liked it. And I said, that'd be cool. Maybe we can use that someday. And it was in my garage forever until one day my wife grabbed that and she painted it. And I love her to death for it. So it is in my office because it is the bomb. One of the first weeks we were here out in the Midwest, right? I'm from Oregon, my wife's from Southern California. Okay, so first thing we notice is how ridiculously green it is out here and how everything grows like mad. Okay, out west, you have to have a sprinkler system for any chance of having a green lawn. Out here, if you don't mow it 3 times a week, you got a jungle pretty dang soon. Okay, anyway, so this is just a picture. We went on a walk. I don't know if this is after a church meeting or probably after a call or something, but we just went down this dirt country road and I just loved it. And there's a lot of story to tell behind it. I love it. My daughter's reaching up, I'm reaching down, and you can see right here, I'm putting away my phone. And to that means a lot to me, okay? We are just bombarded with technology, YouTube, right? Facebook, Instagram. Guys, if we need to simplify our life, if we feel like there's chaos and storm around our life, we gotta put the junk down. We gotta unplug. We have to find scheduled times when we put that phone away and we reach for our daughter's hand, because you better dang believe it, there are people in your life that are reaching for you, okay? And if you have both hands out there texting, scrolling, you're gonna miss these tender moments walking down a country road. And just because this girl right here, she's now 7. This was when she was 2, I think 3 maybe. And I love that picture, okay? Let me introduce you to Woody. Okay, Woody has become part of the family. He really has. Woody, I got him for my daughter because she got into art and stuff like this. This was at Hobby Lobby. But I love Woody because my kids started coming in, and every time they'd come in, they'd put Woody in some different position. You know, arm down, twisted up. And it became pretty comical. I actually started taking pictures, here's some, of Woody, and it just made me smile. So Woody has become part of the family, and he has made the shelf. He's got his own shelf. Congratulations. This is a pretty fun frame. So this is money in Belize. So last year, pre-COVID, BC COVID, before COVID-19, BC 19. Again, my wife, as I'm making this video, my wife is just amazing. Friggin' love her. Somehow, I was able to convince her to go to Belize for a month with 4 children, including a 1.5-year-old, almost 2-year-old tornado, ball of fury, okay? And we went down there and we did a mission, okay? And it was the most amazing experience ever. And I hope my kids, and I know they do because they talk about it all the time, but this is just their currency. And I just love, it's just a reminder of how much those people mean to me down there and how I'm just desperate to get back. Of course, an anatomy poster. Guess what's surrounding it? Pallets. That's right. So this is just a pallet frame I built because I love this old wood, but I love it. It looks clean, okay? And so just a sign, give thanks, okay? I think that one of the best attributes anybody can have is gratitude, okay? That allows us to keep us grounded and allows us to appreciate where we're going, and it keeps us hungry for the future without feeling entitled. So this is probably one of my favorite things of all time. So my brother, Dr. Darin Thomas, he got this for me as a gift for my graduation from my residency program. And it means so much to me. You can interpret it however you want, but I like how there's 2 hands here, right? Sometimes I'm this hand. Sometimes I'm able to be the physician. Sometimes I'm the uplifter. But other times, man, I'm this guy right here. I'm getting lifted up by my wife, my friends, my brother, people that mean something to me. It's just a powerful image to me. I think that we could use a lot more of lifting and hand-holding, and I love it. Get it? Okay. This right here, this is a voice print-off of something I said to my wife. This was a present. Again, residency, no money, living off of stamps, right? And I couldn't afford anything, but I wanted something meaningful. So I found a program that recorded my voice in this digital format, and it's, I love you, boo. You are my best friend, okay? And so that stayed with us for now 14 years. And so that means a lot to me. I stole it from my wife. It's actually a gift for her, but I yanked it. Okay. All right, so this is the piece de la résistance. Okay. Oh, well, I'll show you real cool. Look at the guns. Oh yeah, sun's out, guns out. You see that bad boy? So that is Dr. Darin, little boy Dr. Darin. Okay, and that is older brother Darin, who gave me that. I love it. Look at the history behind that. Oh, bro. I didn't know where to put it, so that's where I put it. Anyways, so this is really cool. So this piece of board, okay, this is from a early 1800 floor from a bank in the town that I live in, okay? The cool thing behind this, okay, the story behind this, my wife and I, we were celebrating, I believe it was our 12th year anniversary. We were in the midst of residency, and we decided to go. We hadn't done anything for a long time, and we hadn't really had a significant anniversary present for a while. So we decided to go to the most swankified place in all of Oz. So we got all dolled up and we went to this restaurant here in town. It was supposed to be the most amazing food. And we're sitting there and we open the menu. You know, it's one of those places that don't have prices on the menu. I'm not comfortable with those places, but I was committed to making this a special night for my wife. We're in our best and the waiter comes, pours us water, and my wife, she's looking over the menu and she's like, I've learned to interpret the size. And I said, what's up, honey? She's like, I just want some greasy ribs. And I was like, all right, let's go. She's like, no. This is a special night. We need to go. We got all dolled up. We've all looking fancy. We're at this nice restaurant. Let's just enjoy our time here. I was like, okay. I'd committed to being here. Okay. Look up. I was like, honey, what? And she says, I really want some ribs. I was like, well, let's do it. And so we left and we went to this hole in the wall, converted 2-bedroom house, barbecue, just grill. and it was the most delicious thing. I love it. Still one of our favorite places to go, and we routinely visit there. But I loved it because people were in their farmer overalls and busted up greasy hands, and we were over in the corner in our just fancy smancy outfit and just covered in barbecue sauce and just loving life. Okay. Anyways, after that, we were driving around town just talking, and we came to this huge dumpster out on the street, and it was outside this huge building that they were redoing. And anyways, I like dumpster diving, especially when they're remodeling an 1800 building. And we found these planks, and they were from the floor of this. Research later told me it was an early bank back in the early 1800s. And so I took this, and I had this map of the globe, which I'm a big fan of globes. And without planning, check out this little notch that happened around Australia. I think that's pretty sweet. Anyways, so that's the story behind that. So guys, I think that's most of my office. So I hope you have a good time. I hope we have a lot of great videos coming from here. Here's just my whatever. This is the other stuff. My shoulder bags, my duffel bag. I do 36-hour shifts, and so I gotta have stuff to survive, right? Here's my white coat that I haven't worn since I freaking graduated med school, because I don't like white coats. It's all about the professional PJs, baby. Scrubs all the way, okay? And these are just odds and ends, right? So one of my favorite pictures of our Savior. All right, so this is a plaque from the Steens Mountain Rim Run. It's one of the highest drivable roads in America. Okay? It's on the Steens Mountain Range outside Burns, Oregon, where I grew up. And this is, whoa! And I'll show you, this is the men's age 1 through 12 walk record holder. Did you know that I was a 10K walk record holder? Bet you didn't know that. But I keep it because it means a lot to me. One, because 25 years later, it is still standing, that record. Goes to show you how the generations have weakened over the time. But anyways, but it actually tells me that if walking is your best, freaking rock it, right? At that time, I wasn't strong enough to run the whole thing, but I walked with everything that I had, right? I have not been the smartest student. I have not been the best athlete in my life, but I've always given my best and been proud of it. So I like that plaque because it reminds me that my best is freaking good enough, okay? And anyways, I have that record holder. Anyways, all the journals. This is a couple props for some videos we'll have in the future. You know, my charging station. Here's something that's kind of cool. So this is a timeline. Look at that saucy boy, okay? So that's Dr. Darin. So this is my father, right before he got married, his father. I don't know where this facial hair gene was lost on me, but I still can't grow nothing. Nada. Zip zilch. And then there's a little boy, Dr. Darin, riding a horse in Canada with his pops. Guys, there's my office. I hope you like it. Sorry about the audio. Anyways, so I hope to be doing a lot of further videos and sharing with you. Guys, I hope you are doing great. I hope that you know that someone cares for you. If I need to be that person, I am going to root for you all the way. I believe in you as a human, as an individual, someone who is capable of uplifting and giving and improving others' lives. You have value. And I hope you're having a great day. Find things that you're passionate about. Find things that you can enjoy. Set goals. Get out there. Help other people. All right? So, this is Dr. Darin. If you have not subscribed and you find any of my content educational, uplifting, inspiring, man, I hope that you can join us by subscribing so you can continue to share this journey with us, all right? Share it with your friends as well. Subscribe, hit that bell, okay? Noggin, butterfly, squid fingers. All right, so here's a couple things that I don't know where I'm gonna put it. Here's a picture of me and my pops, the two men that I idolize the most in my life. My dad, my older brother. Man, look at that. Look at that hair. This is one of the first place medals in the fast triathlon. On my goal, you'll see there, I want to be a philanthropist. Anyways, I learned how to weld by making these. When I started my charity 10 years ago, I couldn't afford medals and trophies because I was borrowing my borrowed money. So the money that I was supposed to be living off of for student loans, I was using that to start our charity so that we could bless the lives of people in Las Vegas, the homeless, the people that are using the medical services. So I couldn't afford medals because I thought it was too much. So I had a plumber teach me how to weld. We used piping, and so this is my running man. So I kept this because this is the very first one I ever made, but I love it. So many of you might not know who Patch Adams is, okay? But that is Patch Adams, okay? The real Patch Adams. So Patch Adams and me, Dr. Darin, as a medical student. So Patch Adams, there's a movie, if you haven't seen it, it's amazing. It's about an individual that was so passionate about people and about medicine, but he wanted to dive deeper in their health and their mental health. And he felt like the medical care at the time was falling short, okay? And he was an inspiration. And so he came in and spoke at my university, my medical school. And they asked a handful of students to come and to be able to go to the hospital, the children's hospital, and to work with the real Patch Adams as he was working with the children. And they were looking for people, I don't know, who were goofy or what, but for whatever reason. But I was voted in to do this. And I went straight to the Goodwill and DI and got my own setup, and we went. And it was one of the most memorable times I've ever had. My wife, again, she framed this, and she she put one of Patch Adams' quotes on the bottom. "I want to live in a world where people become famous because of their work for peace and justice and care. I want the famous to be inspiring, their lives an example of what every human being has it in them to do. Act from love." I love it. Patch Adams was an inspiration, and I hope to be half the physician and man that he was. I just love the unorthodox way he connected with people. We can do that, right? We don't have to be sticking the muds, okay? That we don't have to be these uppity white coat, holier, better, smarter than thou doctors. No, we are humans that have faults and weaknesses, but have a deep, burning passion to help you feel better, to feel at your best so that you can have a wonderful life. And Patch Adams is an excellent example of that.